Hello and welcome to another quick video. Today we're going to be talking about superlatives. Superlatives are used to describe the end of a spectrum. They refer to the extreme or highest degree of a particular quality. So here is a sentence using a superlative adjective. Mexican food is the spiciest food I have eaten. So the adjective used, spicy, determines the quality being described, and by using the superlative form of this adjective we are referring to the extreme of spiciness. Let's take a more detailed look at the structure. So let's break down the structure into its components. We have a subject. We also have the verb to be. The verb to be needs conjugating. We have the, and we have a superlative adjective, after which there is often an object noun or an object noun phrase that the adjective refers to. For example, a city in Europe, day of the year, girl I know. So let's read through the examples and see if we can notice any patterns about the form of superlative adjectives. So, London is the nicest city in Europe. Today is the hottest day of the year. Bicycles are the cheapest form of transportation. Jude is the funniest person we know. Mr. Beast is the most popular influencer right now. Tokyo is the coolest city in Japan. Yesterday was the coldest day of the year. Kimchi is the strangest food I've tried. Sarah is the kindest girl I know. Singapore is the most expensive city in Asia. K-pop is the most popular music amongst my friends. Rome is the most historic city in Europe. Football is the best sport. Studying for exams is the worst. Okay, so we should notice a pattern. Most of the superlative adjectives on the previous slide ended in est. This is the pattern for converting an adjective into its superlative adjective form. So short becomes shortest, tall becomes tallest, slow becomes slowest, fast becomes fastest, dark becomes darkest, light becomes lightest, old becomes oldest, young becomes youngest, rich becomes richest, and poor becomes poorest. However, this is English, so there is always some kind of exception. So, in most cases, we do add est to the end of the adjective to get the superlative, but there are some exceptions. So let's work through this table. Short adjectives with one syllable ending consonant vowel consonant, such as big. We double the final letter, so double G, and we add est, biggest. Adjective that ends in E or silent E, such as close, nice, polite, we simply add st to the end of the adjective. Closest, nicest, politest. Adjective ends in Y, funny, we take away the Y and we add iest to the end of the adjective. Funniest. You'll notice here that these three categories are very similar to the previous category. They all end in est and they sound very similar when we pronounce them. It's just a very minor spelling deviation. However, long adjectives, three or more syllables, such as exciting or interesting, then we must add another word before the adjective, which is either most or least. So most exciting, least exciting, most interesting, least interesting. So, some adjectives change significantly when used to make the superlative form. They are highly irregular. So here are three very high frequency ones in English that we need to remember. So good becomes best, bad becomes worst, far becomes furthest or farthest. Remember these and you won't go too far wrong. Now it's time to put those rules into practice. So here's the instructions. Read the data table completely. Use the data and adjectives to complete the sentences with an appropriate superlative adjective. Appropriate means that the adjective used matches the data in the dataset. Now there may be more than one acceptable answer, but it has to be appropriate. Okay, so let's try and get to grips with this slide. We can see here a red van, a blue car and a green pickup truck. They correspond with these data sets here in these three columns, and these columns relate to certain categories. So down the left column we've got price, top speed, weight, safety rating, fuel consumption and warranty. And then in the next column here, adjectives, we've got two adjectives that relate to each one. So price can be cheap or expensive, speed can be fast or slow, weight can be heavy or light, safety rating can imply it's safe or it's dangerous, fuel consumption might mean it's efficient or inefficient, and warranty is a good indication of whether something is reliable or unreliable. So the task is to complete these sentences over here on the right. So let's try and do the first one together. We're talking here about price. So the red van, $20,000, blue car, $33,000, and green pickup truck, $37,000. So this is the highest, this is the lowest. How do they relate to the adjectives? So the green pickup truck is the, well, it's the highest, so that's going to be expensive, isn't it? The green pickup truck is the expensive. No, that doesn't work. We have to do something with the adjective expensive. Well, we have to make it the most expensive, don't we? So let's answer that. The most expensive. The green pickup truck is the most expensive. And so what is the red van? The red van is the cheap? No, we need to change it into the superlative form. How do we do that? Well, we add est. So the red van is the cheapest. So I'm going to pause the video in a second. What I want you to do is go away and answer the final 4 or 5 questions, and then we'll come back and we'll check up the answers together. Okay, so welcome back. Let's talk about top speed. So the red van, 85 miles per hour, blue car 120 miles per hour, and the green truck 100 miles per hour. So the red van is the slowest and the blue car is the fastest. Notice the est endings. Superlative adjectives often end in est. Weight. Okay, so we've got a red van, 1985 kilograms, blue car 1500 kilograms, and green pickup truck 1700 kilograms. So the red van is the heaviest and the blue car is the lightest. Okay, safety rating next. Okay, so the red van only got a star rating of 1. Blue car 5-star safety rating, and the green pickup truck 3-star. Okay, so the red van is the most dangerous. Yes, so dangerous is a long adjective, isn't it? So we need to precede that by the word most or least. Given the data set, the only answer is most dangerous. The blue car is the safest. Yeah, 5-star safety rating. It's the best out of the 3. Next one, fuel consumption. Okay, this is a little bit more confusing here because we've got the red van is 40 miles per gallon, blue car 70 miles per gallon, and the green pickup truck also 70 miles per gallon. So the red van is the least efficient, and the blue car and the green car, or the green pickup truck rather, are the most efficient. Okay, finally, warranty. Reliable, unreliable. So the red van has a 1-year warranty, blue car 3-year warranty, and the green pickup truck 5-year warranty. Okay, so the red van is the least reliable and the green pickup truck is the most reliable. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Got some practice there with the superlative adjectives. Thank you for watching.